Because the international community did not point out at the Goli Maro comment of one of your leaders. Today that leader is an important minister in your cabinet. Because the global community reacted to what Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal said, you chose to act against them. What is the message you are sending to the world and to your own country? Yet you will silence the voices of sanity within your country and immediately act when foreign countries ask you to act. Because yesterday's fringe is today's mainstream, we have every reason to believe that today's fringe will be tomorrow's mainstream. So choose your words carefully. The entire world has watched how we have done away with our constitutional responsibilities, with our institutions. Can you imagine our embassies distributing the press releases by a political party? BJP. It has never happened before. Why should the embassies be distributing BJP's press releases? What are the friends of BJP, so-called friends of BJP doing abroad apart from raising funds for the BJP? What are the various named, unnamed, non-state players abroad which are protected by the umbrella of RSS doing? They should be doing this, not the embassies. Why is the embassy becoming a mouthpiece of BJP? We want to know. Enough of shaming our country, Mr. Prime Minister. Please make sure that all these snakes that you've nurtured are called back in their holes. That's where they belong. Because now is the time when the snakes are out to bite you. It's in your own good that you speak up. Over the last 7.5, 8 years, the intellectuals of this country, the opposition of this country, retired bureaucrats, diplomats, have been reminding the Prime Minister of his Raj Dharma, have been requesting him to understand how this country, as large as India, is governed. It cannot be governed with a small heart and a small mind. But the Prime Minister not just chose to be silent or to ignore this advice. He chose to use his ecosystem, his parrot media, to discredit these voices, to demonize these voices, to silence these voices, by labeling them as Khan Market Gang, Tukde Gang, Award Wapsi Gang, anti-nationals. This is the way they tried to silence all of us well-meaning Indians who were worried about India, who were concerned about India, who were pained about India. You were able to silence some of us, not all. But today, when the world is speaking, we see a worried government. We see a worried Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister who chooses to immediately act when the world speaks, but silences the same voices within the country. And what kind of action was this? They suspend 2 official spokespersons of their party and label them as fringe. Now, how can the Prime Minister even afford to use these words? He's been through the same journey himself.